back to my channel. It is Pluto of Pluto's Muse. This is going to be another timeless pick a card reading. It is actually part 2 of the What is the Blunt Truth series. It's a series now, by the way. I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing videos like this, but before I did What is the Blunt Truth about this connection, and I'll probably try to pin the video on the screen or in the description box below, maybe in the comment section if you haven't already watched that pick a card. But this one is going to be specifically about you. All right. Now, I'm not trying to ruffle any feathers. I'm not trying to make anybody mad, but I feel like, if you need an honest opinion, if you want some truth, some real truth about yourself, and always something that's going to help you move forward, why not get it from me? Why not get this insight from me? I'm very comfortable with telling the truth, and really with analyzing the ins and outs of whatever it is that I'm picking up on, how it can help you move forward. And that really is the aim of the video today. So if you want to hear about yourself, whether it's positive or negative, if you don't resonate with one pile, you can always go to another pile. I feel like it's going to be positive though. I feel like everybody watching this video has a really high vibe. I'm already feeling high vibes, but if you want to hear some insight on the truth about you in the present moment or just in general overall, please like, comment, share, and subscribe this video. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below for booking information as well as channel songs. And book a personal reading with me if you need further guidance after choosing. We got your 4 piles to choose from. And the first pile is going to be this pink, or I'll say rose. All right, pink or rose colored marker. I was gonna say marker. What's that clip? Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like marker. I don't know what I'm thinking about. There's like a meme or something. Some of y'all who are choosing this pile know what I'm talking about. But this is pile 1's energy. So pile 1, you are the pink marker. Okay. Salmon even. Let's say salmon. Okay. The salmon marker. Pile 2, you are the blue, or what color would we say this? Mint. Is this a mint marker? You are the blue or mint colored marker for pile 2. All right. Pile 3, you are the lavender or purple marker. Okay, lavender or purple marker. All right. I said 3 for that, right? I hope I said 3. And then pile 4, you are the cream or beige or cafe au lait. I don't know. You are the beige colored marker. All right. Again, take what resonates and leave the rest. These messages may not resonate with you, and that's completely fine. But this is the blunt truth about you. Take a second, meditate, choose your pile, and let's get started. Hi, pile 1. You are the pile that chose the pink marker or the salmon colored marker, rose. I don't know what color to call you. I don't know what color to call you, pile 1. Before we actually get into your pile, because I'm trying to do this for each pile, I want you to know that everything that I'm going to say is coming from a space of love. Now, this reading isn't going to be one of the harshest readings. I don't know if I'm talking to anybody sensitive. I honestly don't feel like you're as sensitive as you you're not that sensitive. You are emotional, but you're not that sensitive, whoever's in this pile. However, I will say that there could be a bit of a distortion around how you view yourself. All right, there's some ego involved. You got an ego on you. And you don't have to be like, you don't have to have Leo in your chart. You could have Leo in your chart. But there is some level of like a battle between your ego and your intuition in this pile. But I feel like whatever I say, you probably are going to resonate with. You probably are going to feel like this is true. Okay, so like I said before I wanted to start the reading, I just want to let you know that it's all love. I love you lots. Whatever comes out is for your highest good. And this is the truth about you. Now, numbers that could be significant, signs that are also significant in this pile. 23 could be significant. 45 could be significant. 30 could be significant. I'm also getting 5, 9, or 3. Okay. You could be a Taurus. You could be a Gemini. You could be a Virgo. You could be a Libra. You could be a Pisces, heavy on the Virgo. You could be a Pisces. You could be a Aries. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Taurus, Libra. Sagittarius, Scorpio, Taurus, Libra, Aquarius, Leo, and Aquarius are coming up heaviest in this pile. All right. So you don't have to have those signs in your chart, but this is what's relevant to you, or you have these energies strong in your chart, or this is just how you show up. All right. The blunt truth about you, pile one. Pile one, I feel like one thing that I want you to know, and I can reaffirm for you, is that you are a very multifaceted person. All right. You have a lot of layers to you. There's a lot of complexities when it comes to your personality. I feel like you're somebody that, you shapeshift. You can shapeshift, pal. One, you have the capacity to change. On the shadow side of shapeshifting, it's people pleasing. But on the lighter side of shapeshifting, it is somebody that just knows how to transform. And I feel like there's definitely an energy here of you having a limitless potential when it comes to what you can achieve and what you're able to do for yourself. However, you have a habit of, and maybe it's a recent habit, maybe it's not something that you've dealt with in the past as much, especially if you were somebody that's been way more social in the past, or way more open to new people or meeting people or sharing your gifts. There's something about your energy that is a bit, self-conscious. All right, there's insecurity in this energy, and again, it's like an energy where you're insecure, but you may cover it up with ego. Like you may tell yourself like, nah, I'm not I'm not that insecure, or I don't think anything. Like it's almost like you could be hypercritical about yourself in hopes that other people don't notice that you're not perfect. You're not perfect, pile one. Nobody is. Okay, nobody is. And I feel like regardless of how intuitive you are, you don't listen to your intuition all the time. Regardless of how beautiful and successful you may have been or are, you aren't always feeling that successful. Okay. I feel like part of you does feel like you've accomplished a lot. Like I'm not getting that you down yourself very hard, but there's a part of you that definitely doesn't go after everything that you want to achieve. There's certain dreams and goals that you may have had in the past that you just don't fully pursue. And I feel like some of it has to do with the fact that, again, on that little like teetering line between people pleasing and just being liked by a lot of people, I feel like a part of you doesn't want to show yourself fully, or the darker parts of yourself fully. Like maybe your shadowy parts are parts of you that you don't end up talking about or that you don't address all the time. Because I actually feel like you feel alone. Okay, Power One, there's a strong energy here of somebody feeling isolated or alone. Like I think that you view yourself, like when you think about the past, right? You're the type of person, like right now, you could be a lone wolf, or you're the type of person that has gained some level of solidarity in your independence, which is great, which is really great. But you also have the capacity to run away from situations that you don't feel like working on. Just point blank period. Like, you might be telling yourself like, yeah, there's so many people that I've outgrown, or so many situations that no longer serve me, or so many people that I don't trust, or whatever it is. But I feel like sometimes, and again, this don't gotta be true. This don't gotta be true. But sometimes when you're put in situations where you're faced with your shadow, or maybe even people notice your shadow, like somebody's like, oh, you know, that's not perfect. Like that's weird. That's a weird thing that you just did, you said, you showed about yourself. I feel like when you are called out on your shadow, you run. You run. You either run to maintain the image you've created, or you run because it's just easier to be on your own. I'm even getting to, like, when it comes to working with other people, some of you guys are really meant to be working with other people, connecting with the greater good of the planet, creating bigger relationships, larger communities, throughout whatever it is that you're building for yourself. Some of you guys could be entrepreneurs. If you're not an entrepreneur and that's like something that you've always wanted to do, but you're not doing it, you're sleeping on yourself. This is the thing that I mean by you running away from your potential. There's dreams from your past, like childhood dreams from your past that you're not currently pursuing. You may already know this. Like, you know what I'm talking about. Pile one, whoever is watching pile one, you already know. That's what I'm saying. I don't feel like you're going to be affected by what I say. You already know what I'm saying because you overanalyze yourself. Okay? But I feel like one thing that you don't realize, especially if you're hyper focused on work, because like I said, I'm not getting a vibe here that I don't think you focus on love a lot, pile one. Even if you do focus on love or connecting with people, there's a part of you that, discards connections or becomes a bit rigid in certain relationships because there's certain things or situations from the past that you have not fully grieved. You haven't fully grieved them. Whether it's friendships, romantic relationships, your parents, family dynamics, there's certain situations in your life where you have not fully resolved the emotions around those connections. Therefore, you're in an energy of like, running away from working on dynamics, or running away from working on whatever it is that you experience in those dynamics, regardless of how much you may feel like you are successful in the material world, or regardless of how much success other people see you having. There's a part of you that is not being addressed. There's a part of you that's not being addressed. And I really feel like it has to do with grieving. All right. So whether it's grieving an old version of you, or again, the old connections you've experienced, I feel like you aim to move forward. And I didn't want to use these phrases, but I'm getting like, you hope to, I'm going to say dump. You hope to dump on your haters. Like, you strive to you strive to I'm getting like shit on your past. Like, that's what I'm hearing. I said dump, but I didn't mean to say dump. But I'm getting shit on your past. Like, you're hoping that when you move forward from people, you can prove to them like, ha, look at me. Like, I'm doing better now. But it's like, are you? Are you doing better now, or are you just closed off from those people? Because I feel like there's a deep part of you that wants to connect with others, wants to build healthy relationships, whether it's actually be in love or have some sort of solid friendship. Like, I'm getting like a strong vibe of wanting to be like saved. Like, you want to be saved. You may feel like you look out for other people a lot, or you are an example for other people. You are a leader for other people. You absolutely are, by the way. You are some source of leadership for other people. But deep down, you want to be saved. Deep down, you wish people from the past would come back around and go, I should have known. I should have known who you were, and I should have valued you then. And even if they had, like, when people from the past do come back, you go, I knew it. Right? You're the type of person, even if you don't openly say it, there's somewhere inside of you that's like, I knew it. Like, you know, when I run away from connections, people miss me. But somewhere inside of you, you miss these people too. Or you just miss the fact that at some point in time, you were connecting with people. And right now, I feel like you're choosing to be on your own, but out of fear. I also get too, some of you guys have grass is greener syndrome. Like, some of y'all do not know how to find who to be around and like be happy with those people. Okay? I feel like a lot of people view you as having a lot of potential to succeed in the future. You may know this. Some of you are afraid of being around clout chasers or around people that want to use you. But others of you are, again, like you're somebody that stands on your own, and people see this and they feel like, wow, like this person has the world in their hands. This person has so much success. They're so beautiful. They're so accomplished. You know, if you're a parent, you're a great parent. If you are a lover, like if you have a partner, you're such a great partner, like you're so artistic or you're so creative or you are so emotionally, like I feel like people are like, this person's so emotionally available. Like part of you might be like, nah, like I'm cold hearted, or you may think you come off cold. But I feel like people actually feel like you are very loving, but afraid to love or afraid to be loved. People think you have a fear of being loved, a fear of opening up. Yeah. Like a fear of fully committing. Some of y'all got commitment issues. Whether you know that or not. Like you're the type that may choose non-committal people because, like chase non-committal people. Because deep down, you don't want to commit anyway. You know, you actually have a real fear of being abandoned or, again, like called out. You don't want to be called out. You don't like being called out. You don't like being called out. You don't like being seen, perceived. You're the type of person that goes, I don't like being perceived. You know? If you go through a breakup, you want to be the one that broke up the relationship. You don't want to be the one that got left. And even if you get left, you're like, you know, I knew. You're like, I knew that person was going to leave me or something like that. Or you may not bring it up at all. You might not bring it up at all. I feel like some of you guys have a really strong, deep, subconscious fear of other people's judgment. It's like, because of these parts of you that want to people please, you're never completely sure about which group you fit in, like genuinely fit in. Because you can honestly go into any room and probably be liked by people. Or there's a part of you that always feels like you're shining in rooms. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even if you're not openly saying it, you don't even have to be the biggest, boldest personality in the room. There's somewhere inside of you where you're like, yeah, like, I'm the shit. Heavy on shit. Like, I don't know why that's so heavy in this pile. Heavy on shit in this pile. Like, somebody's like, yeah, I'm the shit. I'm shitting on my haters. I'm shitting on my haters. But I'm also hiding parts of myself. I even get to, like, some of y'all want to be wild and free and unencumbered and sexy and sexual, or maybe you are somebody that dabbles in this energy, but I really feel like you don't. I really feel like you play, you think you're very mature for how you act, okay, for who you separated from, for how you show up in the world. Like, you view this as being very mature and distinguished and some of you guys think that you're very funny. I think you are. I think you are very funny, but some of you guys may view yourself as being very funny. But it's like even your humor is tinged in sadness. There's a part of you that's sad. Because you feel like you either haven't fully connected with people or you just haven't met the people to connect with. Like the people that you thought you were going to be connected to, Either these people have just left your life completely, or again, it's like part of you doesn't understand why they didn't see you in the first place. Because you tried so hard the first time to be liked, right? You tried your hardest while you were around these people. You really wanted them to like you. Even if you're in relationships, like you tried your hardest to keep this person interested and they still cheated. How? You tried your hardest to get this person to see you for being valuable. You could have even put on a show. You put on the show of like, I'm the best thing you've ever been with. I'm the best person you've ever been with, whether you've openly said that or not. There's a lot of people that, again, because of how you look on the outside, because you come up to people as the Empress, and I feel like you are, whether you're a masculine or a feminine, I feel like you guys are absolutely the Empress. You are somebody that can create whatever you want. You manifest the reality you desire. You're very beautiful. You're very handsome. You're very abundant. You're very lucky. You're very blessed. You're very blessed. But you are always in your head to the point where you can't even enjoy the present moment, to the point where you don't really even see the connections that are worth exploring. Sometimes you're waiting for people to see you. You don't even see them. Power one, you don't even see them. One thing that I will say, though, that you really don't see about yourself is that you're very connected to the divine. You're very connected to the divine. I feel like people around you know this, and even if you don't believe it fully, you know this. Sometimes you may feel like God isn't on your side. Definitely is. Definitely is. God's definitely on your side. And I feel like when you feel alone, all you got to do is communicate. All you got to do is take a second to like meditate, and you'll be given some form of help. I'm also getting to some of you guys, if your money is weird, like if there's any point in time where your money is weird, all you literally have to do is like change your mindset and like pray, and it'll come in. Money will come in for you. Like that's how tapped in you are. You never go without, Pa One. Or you never will. You never will go without. So again, if there is any part of you that is looking to connect with people, or, wanting to start certain projects, or because there's people that you left behind that you were really meant to leave behind. Okay? I'm not saying that you're wrong for leaving people behind. Not everybody that you left behind is somebody that you ran away from. But I feel like some of the connections that you've left behind in the past, or some of the people that you are no longer in contact with, part of you feels like you leveled up past these people. And I do feel like you've leveled up. But there's like a part of you that wants to validate yourself in the fact that the connection ended and it didn't work out. And it's almost like you want to have someone to blame. Because deep down you blame yourself. But you'd rather blame these people. I feel like you got to get out of the space of being overly critical about you, or even overly critical about other people, and just start connecting. Just start connecting. Be yourself. Connect with others. Be authentic. You're meant to have a soul family. Some of you guys are meant to be connected to your family as well. So I don't know whether you're not in contact with your family, or if you're not communicating with people that you used to be around, or whatever it is. If there's somebody from your past you want to reconnect with, you can. You don't have to be at a distance. I feel like these people would be excited to hear from you. Your pride may tell you not to reach out. Your pride may tell you like, no, I'm not saying anything to these people. But I feel like when you disconnect from people, the same way it feels like a loss when you leave people behind, it's the same way that these people, like it's giving me like it's a two-way street. If you feel like you miss people, they absolutely miss you. They absolutely miss you. And some of you guys are like, I know people miss me. What these people don't know is you miss them too. Even if you don't openly say it, there's times where you may really miss the people from your past, and you feel bad that those connections didn't work out, and you wish they'd say something to you, and you wish you could still go on those trips or do those things that you guys had planned. But your walls are so high. And your pride is so strong sometimes that you always feel like you're aiming for better people, newer connections. And it's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like there's a need for you to know that genuine connections are ones that are built around true intimacy and authenticity. Don't be so uptight. Don't try to be liked. Don't try to be perfect. Who you are is good enough, Pile 1. Who you are is good enough. You're not perfect. You have flaws. Okay? You have flaws, but God really loves you. The universe really favors you. Because I think they know your intentions are good. Your guides know your intentions are good. Even the people you cut off, like the people around you, when you distance yourself and you get kind of weird or cold or whatever it is and connections in, they know you mean well. Or after the fact, maybe not initially, but once they really settle with it, they know you mean well. All right, so, and they know you can accomplish more. So you need to accomplish more. Don't be hard on yourself, but some of you guys are definitely meant to work with people. So stop isolating. If you're somebody that likes to be on your own or you're confused about who to be around, just start meeting people. You're supposed to be connecting with people. More people. If you already connect with people, more people. Yeah. All right, so that is all that I have for my Pile 1s. I hope that made sense. I hope you enjoyed this message. If you did, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below for booking information as well as channel songs. Book a personal reading with me if the message resonates or if you want further guidance. And that is all that I have, you guys. Talk to you later. Hi, Pile 2. You are the pile that chose the blue or mint marker. Pile 2, before we get into your reading, I want you to know that everything that I'm going to say is from a space of love. All right, so please don't take anything personally if it doesn't resonate. This is just me picking up on the energy in your reading. Now, Pile 2, you are so complex. Pile 2, Pile 2, Pile 2, Pile 2, the 29th year of your life may be very important or was very important because the number 29 has showed up twice in this reading. That could be a birthday. All right, 29 is significant here. I'm also getting to 11. You also have 12 that's coming up as significant. Those are the prominent numbers in this reading, 12 and 29. Some of you guys are Scorpios or Sagittarius is Sag heavy in this pile, or Capricorns. I'm also getting Pisces or Aries. You have Gemini. I'm also getting Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Taurus, Virgo, Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This actually was in reverse. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Cancer heavy, Leo heavy, Aquarius heavy, Virgo heavy, Aries heavy. Yes. Did I say Aquarius? Yes. Okay. So pile 2. Pile 2, you're very interesting. Okay? You know, whether you know it or not, or whether you want to admit to it or not, because this is similar to Pile 1, but not really. You got a bit of an ego on you, Pile 2. All right? There's a part of you that likes some attention, or maybe you get a lot of attention and you enjoy this attention. You just like attention, Pile 2, whether you know this or not, or some of you guys would admit to this. Like, you're like, no, I do like attention. I like to be seen. You know, you like to be celebrated, the creative parts of you. You like when people compliment you. You like when people notice how sweet you are. You love when love interests, like you love being loved on, all the love interests that want you. You love this. You love being chased. When people are chasing you, you enjoy this. To the point where it's like, you know, sometimes I feel like you could be putting on a certain facade. All right. Some of you guys are seen as players, or maybe you even claim this title. Some of you guys claim the title of being like hard to tie down. You're very complex. People don't get you. You have a lot of options. It's hard to choose. You know, you're the type of person that feels like you're the only person in the world like this, or you aim for this. You aim to be seen as different. Pile 2. And I do feel like it comes from a place of ego. All right. Like some of you guys feel like there's nobody else there out there like you. You know, like there's something about the energy where it's like, you know that you're different and you like that people acknowledge that you're different. But you also like to connect with people. So then there's also like this weird thing where you want to be different, want to be free-spirited, but also want to be included. All right. You're the type of friend that like wants to be invited to the party, even if you don't want to go, you know? I feel like if you were a celebrity, you could be a celebrity, but if you were somebody that like was an artist, or if you are an artist, you're the type of person that would make something that is like self-titled. You would use your first name, or you would use like your tag as like the title, you know, like you're somebody that really likes to stamp yourself onto things. Okay. You really care about your work. You really care about your public image. You do, probably more than other people realize, but I feel like people realize this. Pile 2. I feel like a lot of people, a lot of people view you as being very unique, but they also kind of get the vibe of you being like a tortured soul, you know, and this is giving me artist vibes. You being the type of person that is very open, but is also kind of closed off, and, you know, is super focused on money, but also kind of spiritual and deep and all these different things. And, you know, I feel like you would probably be embarrassed to let people know how normal you are, because you're actually very normal. Pile 2. Even though you're very special, a lot of you aren't what people perceive you to be. Because I feel people view you as being like a heartbreaker, or having all these options, or, you know, even down to you. Like, you're like the type of person that's like, I got haters. Like, you know, I feel like you assume people are hating on you, and people are copying off of you, and everybody's got it out for you, or whatever it is. But in all actuality, you're actually very much so loved by a lot of people. A lot of people like you. Pile 2. You might think a lot of people don't want to commit to you properly, but there's a lot of people that want to commit to you. There's a lot of people that view you as deeper than you show. Part of you knows that, like part of you likes that. That's a part of the mask that you put on. You want people to know that you're deeper than you show. But I don't know if you ever let people get close enough to see how deep you get. I do feel like you've experienced some form of trauma in the past, or whether it's amongst your family or friend groups or something like that, that has caused you to come off very open and closed at the same time. All right. Like maybe you are a hopeless romantic, and some people see this part about you, but you also portray yourself as being this free-spirited, you know, class clown type of vibe person. You are very funny, and you are very charming, but you also have the capacity to be very committed. I even feel like some of you guys are aiming for that. Like deep down, you really want to be in something traditional. Like you may not come off that way initially, or that's even how you view yourself. Like you tell yourself like, nah, like, you know, I'm not the type that just settles down, or, you know, you can't tie me down. Like I feel like you're the type that says you can't tie you down. And it's really because you're selfish. Like there's something about you that's very selfish, self-centered, even though you also have this like hyper focus on how people are viewing you. Like you're very, again, it's like a weird energy. Like you're concerned about how people are viewing you, because you definitely have some sort of insecurity here. But then you also have an ego on you. which makes you like also feel like you are special. So you're like, even though I'm concerned that people don't view me as special, I know that I'm special. So even when you get close to people in love, because some of you guys have a habit of getting close to people and then running, okay? Making people fall in love with you, being everything that they need in the moment, maybe keeping up the facade of whoever it is that you are, and then pulling away. I feel like a lot of people don't realize that when you pull away, sometimes you want to be alone. Like sometimes it's not a game. Because sometimes I feel like, and this could be majority of the time, but I'm getting a vibe here where it's like, you'll pull away and act distant with people. And on occasion, because I do feel like some of you that chose this pile are a bit, again, don't be offended, but you can be a bit emotionally manipulative at times. You know when people are dependent on you and you take advantage of that energy. Or you like when people depend on you. You know, you like when people view you as irreplaceable. But there's also a part of you that like doesn't feel like putting the energy in on occasion. Even though you are a good person or a team player, you'd rather be alone. You're committed to yourself. You're really committed to yourself, pile 2. More committed than people know. Again, I don't know whether I've said something about this trauma stuff, but some of you guys have definitely gone through some toxic relationships or negative experiences in life that have put you in a state of healing, a constant state of healing that you really have to undergo, because I feel like these changes won't be made unless you make them. Okay? One thing about you is your experiences with people have more to do with you than the people you deal with. Some of you guys are very self-aware, or you need to become very self-aware, because if you are blaming other people for the issues you have in connections, I feel like some of you guys are not being as honest as you need to be. Right? It's like you run so that you're not forgotten kind of vibes. Because like I said, I feel like some of you guys would feel like there's a fear here of people seeing you fully. Even though that's what you yearn for. You yearn to be in love. You yearn to be celebrated. You're a little jaded. You don't believe that people will see you for who you are and really love you for who you are. And this is why you've gotten comfortable with being on your own. But there's also a part of you that really wants people to see you for being different. Like the part of you that craves to be loved is the part of you that seeks this validation, that does these weird tactics to be seen. But deep down, you want consistency, pal 2. A lot of you guys want something consistent. And you may feel like who you are isn't enough. Like you may feel like the people that come into contact with you need this like dysfunctional and kind of, you know, I wanted to say manic, like this kind of manic version of you. You feel like these people need this part of you. I'm even getting to some of you guys may feel like you're crazy. Like you're like, I'm crazy. Like, you know, you might even claim that. Like you're like, hell yeah, I'm a mystery. Like I'm confusing. I'm not like anybody else. Like, and I feel like people do see that about you. Like, they're like, you are different. You're very different. Like, I've never met anybody like you. But they also can tell that a lot of what you do is a defense mechanism so people don't get close enough to get to know you. Yeah. Like, I feel like there's something about you where even if you come off as the most open person in a room, the most different person in a room, you know, you got the weirdest hair and the most unique clothes and the different nails and the different pieces and all of these different things. You have these conversations about subjects that are so complex and things like that. I feel like some of you guys are choosing to push yourself into the forefront as being very different, but deep down, you would love to just be normal and be loved for that, and have people still want to be around you for being boring and normal. Some of the things that you want to do, you don't even want to do it with other people. Like, again, some of you guys actually enjoy being on your own. I feel like people want to save you. Pile 2. People feel like they need to save you. And you may play up on the fact that you've been through a lot. So again, people will look at you and go, wow, this person. It's a weird energy. I don't feel like you want to be pitied. You don't. You don't desire pity. You don't desire people to look at you as being broken. But you know that it's a crutch somehow. Like, it adds. I'm getting it adds. Like, some of you guys are like, yeah, this dysfunctional part of me adds to my persona. The trauma that I've been through adds to my character. You know? It adds to the interesting parts of you. But for a lot of you, it can be a form of self-sabotage. Because I feel like you push these different experiences and, you know, this exterior, you push this mask onto people, and it doesn't give them the opportunity to, like, again, like, see you properly, love you properly. You don't actually get to be yourself, faking like you're very different. Like, some of you guys wait for opportunities to destroy situations because you can't keep up the facade. You can't keep up the facade. Like, you're putting on a facade to keep people around, but then after a while you're like, well, damn, I'd rather be alone. You know? And I feel like you shouldn't feel bad for wanting to be alone, pal 2. Again, I don't know whether I told you this, but you are a bit selfish. You are a bit self-centered. And I don't see that being a huge issue as long as you are building genuine connections. Okay? Because some of you guys make people codependent on you or attached to you that you might not even want to be around, to be quite honest. You know? Again, it's giving like quality over quantity. Like, some of y'all have a lot of people that want to be around you, but it's not always people of value. It's not always people of value. And the part of you that likes the attention or wants the attention is willing to, you know, keep the facade up or keep the drama going. But then there's another part of you that really would just desire to be on your own or peaceful. You know? You want to be admired and celebrated, but you don't want to have to put on a show. This is also giving me the vibe of somebody that's like very much so a lover girl, lover guy. But like I said, you come off as cold. You come off as cold. You come off as distant. You come off as very mental focused, like very cerebral. Slightly emotional, slightly loving, like very creative. Like, you give people the creativity, you show them that you have it in you, but you don't really show people how emotional you are, how deep you are, how loving you are. You might designate that for certain people or just for yourself. But again, I feel like it's because there's a part of you that fears not being celebrated for who you really are. And fears being on your own completely or choosing yourself completely, because it may result in you being alone. But if there's a part of you that is seeking other people's approval of who you are or what you do, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Every person that comes into your life and leaves is an opportunity for you to learn. And like I said, I'm getting this energy of this mirroring vibe. Like, some of you guys act as a mirror for a lot of people. Like, even this facade that you put up, this energy that you portray yourself in, is the result of either the people you've grown up around or the people you've dealt with. Like, some of you guys are mirrors of the people you deal with, even if it isn't you. You're the type of person that lies to keep someone around. That's what I'm getting, pal, too. You lie to keep friends around. You lie to keep people around. You put on a facade of a certain way of being because you feel like it makes you more interesting, even though you really just want to be loved. You really want to be loved. You want to love other people. You want someone to admire you. But it's like you rather cause a little chaos before you let someone be comfortable with you in your bubble. Because you definitely have a bubble. Yeah. And for the few people that you let into your bubble, again, it's like you lead with your trauma. You lead with your trauma. You let people know you've been through a lot and this is why you're guarded. But like, you're not that guarded. You're not that guarded. I feel like you put it out there so you have an excuse to leave when you want to run. Because some of you guys actually like being alone. Some of you, whoever's in this pile, you're the type of person that questions whether you're like narcissistic. It's what I'm getting. Either you come into contact with a lot of people that you think are narcissistic, or you always question yourself. Like, you're like, am I a narcissist? Because like, why do I love myself so much, but also love attention or something like this? I feel like it's the root of some form of trauma or insecurity that you have. So definitely do some work on fully facing your feelings or letting others know that you have them. All right? Because people know that you have them, but you try to hide that you do. All right? So that is all that I have. That is all that I have, pile 2. I hope that made sense. I hope you enjoyed this message. If you did, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading, and for your channel songs, book a personal reading with me if you need further guidance. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. Hi, pile 3. You are the pile that chose the lavender marker. All right. Before we actually get into your pile, I want you to know, pile 3, like all the other piles, this reading is not meant to hurt your feelings or be anything that is said with malice. So just know that I love you. Just know what I'm saying is coming from a space of love. And it definitely is something that I feel like you would appreciate hearing if you are hearing it from a higher perspective. Now, pile 3. 43 could be significant. 33 could be significant. 1 could be significant. These are significant numbers, dates, whatever it is. I'm also getting 7, that is July, so Cancer and Leo, you could be these signs. You have June, that is Cancer and Gemini is relevant here as well as Aquarius and Capricorn. Leo, Aquarius, Aries, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Libra, Taurus, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Virgo in particular, Aries, Gemini, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Scorpio, and Aries are significant in this pile. Could be your signs, could be signs that are relevant to you, could be placements in your chart that are relevant. So pile 3. First off, lavender is so calming. Pile 3, you are so calming. Pile 3, you're interesting. You're interesting. Yeah, pile 3, you're interesting. Your pile is actually very interesting. I feel like you are somebody that is very calming. Or at least this is how you're perceived. A lot of people perceive you as being very calming. You may like to be on your own, things like that. I'm getting a Cancer energy in this pile. All right, even though Cancer's not in this pile heavy, I'm getting a strong, like, watery type of energy. So you may have a Cancer placement that's significant. And there was a song on your channel songs. You actually got the song called Violet, which is purple, right? Crazy. It channeled, like, I shuffled my playlist and they sent me the song. But you got the song Violet by Majid Jordan. Majid, I don't know. I said Majid. Some of you guys are very fancy people. But you got the song from Majid Jordan, Violet. Some of you could be from Canada. You don't have to be. And I was in a trance, pile 3. I was listening to that song and I was in a trance and I was enjoying it. And I feel like some of you guys have that type of energy. You're daydreamers. You dream a lot. You dream so hard that it's hard to let go of the vision you've created. Okay? That's what I'm really getting in this pile. The blunt truth about you is it's hard for you to let go. Okay? Whoever I'm talking to in this energy. Even though I do feel like you're somebody that is able to move forward or potentially is moving forward at this time, some of you guys are the type to keep ruminating on something again and again and again, whether it's in your mind or out loud with somebody. Like, you may have the same conversation about something that happened years ago with people today. And I feel like it's because it still hurts. It still hurts. Whatever it is that you've gone through, whatever it is that you wanted to come into fruition that didn't, it still hurts to think that you're not going to have that thing or that it isn't coming in. Okay? So the truth about you is you're harboring resentment. Pile 3, whether you want to admit to it or not. I feel like some of you guys definitely view yourself as being strong and, you know, you're the type of person that is confident. It's not like you struggle with your confidence. I feel like you are confident. You are the type of person that sees the value in you. You move forward. You take risks. You follow your intuition, right? You're somebody that isn't afraid to walk away if need be. But when you walk away, you don't leave the baggage behind you. There's a part of you that waits. Okay? And if not waiting for the thing that you were committed to, you wait for the same cycle to repeat itself. Some of you guys have a habit of dwelling on things that you cannot change. I feel like there's a lot of experiences that you've had that the universe put in your path in order for you to open your heart. All right, this could be about one specific person or one specific scenario or more than one. But I really get the vibe here where it's like, because you have all this bravado, like Leo type of energy, because you have all of this bravado and confidence and, you know, you have really great hair, or, you know, you're somebody that is very intellectual and you are somebody that dreams big and you have all of these positive traits. You might even get a lot of attention. Because you get all of this attention, I feel like you're somebody that really beats yourself up when the person you're paying attention to doesn't see you how you view you. Okay? Whether this is you having issues amongst your family members, like your family not seeing you how you want to be seen, or whether this is you having issue in relationships, like where you're around people and striving and thriving in relationships, or desiring people that could already be in relationships, or people who don't appreciate you the way that you need to be appreciated. Okay? I feel like a lot of people know that you deserve some level of balance Okay? Like, they want to give to you. They want to give to you. They do. They want to give to you because you give to them. You know, there's something about your energy where it's like I get that you are the type of person that has a good time, or you come out to have a good time. You show up when you want to and you do your thing, whatever it is. But, and you are very enlightened as well. Like, I feel like people view you as being very intellectual, and it's like a weird vibe. You're coming off as intellectual and free spirited and balanced to other people. But what they don't realize is that that's not always you. I don't know how else to say this. This is not always you. Okay? You're not always as spiritual as people assume you are. You're not always as confident as people assume that you are. Somebody thinks that you're over something, you're not. You know? You still want that apology. You still want that commitment. You still want someone to forgive you. Some of you are also very, very, very focused on coming off a certain way, or like putting energy into the things that you view as valuable and or others view as valuable. May not even be like it. I almost feel like the things you put value on or the things you invest in have more to do with, again, the past, like what other people have told you were valuable or what you wanted at one point in time, even if you've changed. Because some of y'all are changing. Some of y'all are going through changes right now. And I feel like the changes that you're going through require you to show up in a different way, but maybe you still want to be appealing to the people of your past just in case they come back around, or, you know, just in case somebody wants to say that you didn't accomplish that goal you had. Like, there's something here about being afraid to fully let go. You manifest things that would fulfill you on an ego level. All right. And this doesn't mean that that's everything that you manifest, but I am getting a strong vibe here. Like, even down to the people that you manifest. Like, some of you guys are aiming for people or things that aren't actually what you want. Even if you feel like it is what you want. Sometimes you are looking for people and things that don't actually align with what you want, but you just have a hard time with letting go of an old version of yourself or an old version of life that you previously thought you wanted. Some of you are very traditional. Okay? Some of you are very traditional at your core. You know? You're looking for the long-term commitment. You're looking for the pat on the back, right? Even if you are somebody that stands out and comes off a bit rebellious or whatever it is, you want people to clap for you at the end of the day. I feel like you are somebody that's looking for people to clap for you. You want to be the person that works hard to get it too. Like, you want to get credit for what you build, which is nothing wrong with that at all. But I am getting a vibe here that, like, some of the things you build are not meant to stay. There's a lot of things from your past that are meant to break down, pile 3. Some things that have already broken down, and some things that are bound to if you really start to become the version of yourself that you know you're supposed to be. I don't know if this has to do with sexuality. I don't know if this has to do with your perception of self. But some of you guys are maintaining a vision that, again, is coming from a space of not truly seeing the potential for something new, something different. All right? Because every time you go towards something new, you commit yourself to that. And again, every time you commit yourself to that, it's almost like you get disappointed because that thing changes. This gives me like Scorpio North Node. You don't have to have Scorpio North Node. You can have many different placements. You may have a Scorpio placement. something about change. Things change for you very often, or things are meant to change for you. One day you'll be able to settle for sure. I think that's like your biggest fear. Like some of you guys crave stability. Like you just want something to be stable. You want a relationship to be stable. You want a friend group that doesn't break up. You want a family dynamic that supports you. You know, you want a consistent stream of money coming in. You want all these different things. And I'm not saying that you're not going to get these things, but it's almost like your desire to stay fixed really forces you to struggle at some point in time, because the universe is like, that's not what I have you here to do. You know, I need you to do more than one thing. I need you to have more than one experience. I'm also getting to, you focus so much on the past and on the things that you've experienced in the past that you don't always get the opportunity to enjoy the present moment. Like, it's not even about the future right now, Pile 3. Even though your future is important. If you keep feeling like you have to make sure that the goal that you have for the future is complete before you enjoy your life, you will never enjoy your life. You will never enjoy your life. You know? If you keep thinking that, again, the person that you're around or whoever you're experiencing in the moment is not a forever person, or maybe isn't the person that you want because you're waiting for someone else, or you're waiting for a specific type of person, you'll never really get to enjoy what you're supposed to enjoy in the moment. Feel in the moment. Some of you guys are not even feeling how you need to feel. Some people don't view you as wanting a commitment, even though I do get the vibe that a lot of you that chose this pile actually want that. Like, some of y'all actually want to be in something stable and solid. But I feel like a lot of people view you as waiting for the past, and even though you're like, no, I walked away, like I'm not focused on that, I took a leap of faith somewhere else or whatever it is. I feel like once you get committed to something, you just stick to that thing, and people are saying like, what's next? Like, where are you headed next? I'm getting complacency in this pile. Pile 3. Some of you guys are complacent. Some of you guys get real hung up on proving to people that you were the best option. You know, you want to let people know that they did you dirty and they did that wrong. And I'm hearing like they'll pay. Like, you're like, this person will pay for this thing. A lot of people may even view you as a bit karmic. All right. And I'm not saying that in a negative sense. I'm getting that these people feel like, again, you're very fair. So you're the type that does get back. Like, you get people back for what they've done. Okay. And that may be true. That may be true. Some of you get so focused on get back, like trying to get somebody back, that again, you miss out on opportunities to learn whatever lesson you're supposed to be learning. You think that manifesting the person that didn't want you back is more valuable than looking for someone that wants you. You get what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? Whoever chose this pile, you have a habit of fixating on the things that don't value you the way that they should, or, you know, focusing too heavily on the negative comment rather than the positive thing someone said. If a family member criticizes you and another family member says, like, don't worry about it, you know, I really like that thing. I feel like some of you guys internalize whatever it is somebody said to you. And your way of facing it or feeling like you're moving forward from it is, you know, getting in your ego or having a bit of pride and walking away and moving forward. I even get to, some of you guys focus heavily on your looks. All right, you don't have to in this pile, but I am getting like someone that cares about their looks. So some of you guys think like, I'm going to fight fire with sex appeal or looks. And you're so much more than your looks, pile 3. You're so much more than your looks. You're so much more than a commitment. You're so much more than the things you've experienced in your past, than the person who didn't give to you the way that they should have, than the version of beauty that other people have pushed onto you. I don't feel like, again, you have many insecurities, but there's something about your ego here. Some of you guys have a habit of dwelling in the ego, and keeping up with whatever type of facade or mirror that you have created for other people to look at, right? The version of yourself that you want other people to see. But I feel like there's a need for you to be a bit more natural, or to get comfortable with change, to release old investments, to forgive whoever you need to forgive. Because some of you guys definitely aren't. You definitely aren't seeing the world as bright and as prosperous as it should be for you. Again, I'm not getting that you struggle with your faith or with having hope in things, but some of you guys miss out on the magic of the moment by being too concerned with either having to walk away from something, like waiting for the other shoe to drop, or like waiting to reach the goal. Like, you're so focused on reaching the goal that you don't realize that the thing that you were investing in was a stepping stone. You get what I'm saying? Some of the people that you've met throughout your life were not meant to be permanent. Some of the jobs and the investments that you made were not meant to be long term. They were meant to be memories that you've made and stepping stones to whatever else your destiny truly is. Okay? Again, I see you having stability and commitment and all those things at some point, but I also feel like you're going to have to work through releasing the things you thought you wanted. Because you're not the same person anymore. And you also don't want to attract things from a space of hurt. Also, I want you to know that you really can't get hurt, Pile 3. You know, sometimes I think you fear, like, this is the energy of someone that, what do they call it? I said it in a reading before. It's the energy of, like, choosing between something new or, like, the devil, you know. I can't remember the phrase exactly, but I'm getting an energy here of somebody that is willing to wait and entertain the things that they've already faced, because there's fear here of going to the next level. Like, I feel like some of you guys are meant to go to the next level, whether that's spiritually, mentally, emotionally, anything like that. There's a next level to things. And again, like, let's say you were dealing with someone that promised you commitment, and then, hopefully you didn't hear that scream. Let's say you were dealing with people that promised you commitment and then they left. And now it's like, okay, well, there's space to meet someone else that wants to commit to you. But you are like hell bent on trying to prove to this past person, or to make this person feel like they do want to commit to you. Like, you're like, no, I need that person to see me how I wanted them to see me. Like, I need people to see me how I want them to see me. And I really get, in the process of you doing that, you stagnate yourself. You stagnate yourself. So just know that you are seen. If anything, you are seen for who you are, Pile 3. But not everybody deserves to be around you. This is why things happen how they do. All right? Yeah. And if you do stay the course on certain things, even while juggling other things, like if this is about a career situation, if you do have one main thing that you want to focus on, but other things that you want to invest in, do that. Do that. You are meant to be multifaceted. You're not just a one-trick pony. Pile 3. But for some reason, it's like sometimes you're waiting for people to, again, celebrate you at every level, and that's just not the case. Sometimes you're not going to be celebrated when you're in the in-between, or when you're not doing something that other people want you to do, and that's cool. Doesn't mean you're not going to reach the end goal that you're aiming for. Sometimes there's a side quest. Sometimes you have side quest. All right, so this is all that I have for my pile 3s. I hope that made sense. I hope you enjoyed this message. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below for my booking information as well as channel songs. Book a personal reading with me if you'd like further guidance, and I'll talk to you guys later. Pile 4, last but not least, you are the cream beige cafe au lait. This is a side note before we actually start your pile. This is the only pile where I forgot to say my little, like, prior to the reading message of love. This message is coming from a space of love. Please do not be offended by anything that I say. If you are, that's completely fine. But it is coming from a space of love. By the time I got to this pile, I was tired. I think I said it in the pile too, but hopefully you enjoy the message. Again, it's all love. Love you lots. Keep watching. Whoever chose this pile, you chose this marker. All right, pile 4. Did I say pile 3? Because I meant to say pile 4. Some of you guys may resonate with pile 3. You don't have to. I'm getting that this is a different energy than pile 3. But this energy, somebody watched the reading all the way through, or somebody chose different piles. The energies kind of blend in with each other, but this one seems different, okay? Numbers that could be relevant to you guys who chose this pile is 3, 22, 27, and that's it right now. I'm also getting March, so Aries or Pisces could be significant. April, Taurus, and Aries, heavy on the Aries, could be significant. Capricorn is out here. And Virgo and Libra, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Virgo heavy, Aries, Leo, or Sag. Yeah, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Leo, Sagittarius are significant. Okay, so, and I'm tired. Some of y'all need to get some rest, pile 4. Some of you do get a lot of rest, actually. People view you as getting a lot of rest, but more so avoiding them. People feel like you avoid them. Pile 4, your energy is your energy is interesting. I feel like a lot of you guys that chose this pile, you would say that you are a very emotionally mature person. Even though I also get the vibe that you're very in tune with your inner child. I feel like a lot of you guys view yourself as being very emotionally mature. You feel like you are very forgiving, very apologetic when needed. You're also somebody that is very creative. You feel like you have a very expansive type of mind. You don't have issues with walking away from people when need to. In fact, I feel like some of you guys think you're too deep. For some people, right? This is how you perceive yourself. You're like, I'm too deep. I'm too emotional. You know, I love too hard. People don't get it. I'm a lover girl, lover guy. They don't get it, right? And you're confident in this. Like you really genuinely believe that you are the type of person that loves too hard, right? But a lot of you guys walk away from people or remove yourself from situations where you're asked to open up more because you're afraid, pal. 4 and a bit jaded is what I'm picking up on. Some of you guys have issues with being codependent, for sure, in this pile. Whether it's because you just feel insecure about how people feel about you, or, you know, whether it's like literally like maybe you're financially codependent on people. I really feel like you want to be given to. You're really looking for somebody to give to, because a lot of you guys feel like you really aim to give to people, but you never get the opportunity to ground things or make something stable the way that you want it. And I really feel like you aim for stability in this pile. I will say that you are coming to the end of a very tough cycle in your life, whether this is your Saturn return, whether you are coming out of some sort of transit that was hard on you in regards to your chart. I am getting the vibe here that like the love that you've put out into the universe will be returned back to you, especially because I do feel like a lot of you that chose this pile really believe in that, like you're hopeless romantics. You really believe that love is going to come in for you, or whatever type of love or lover you're aiming for is going to come in for you. But I think that a lot of you need to know that sometimes either you're being perceived wrong, which I mean could be the case, or you're actually not as open as you think you are. Like, I feel like you think you're being open because you know your capacity to love, but you actually run away from people. Like, there's an energy of you being a runner here. That's how people view you. They don't feel like you're the type to balance things out with them. They don't feel like you're the type that has space for them at all. And some of you guys may be like, what? I give people all my time. I give people all my energy. I'm getting that some people don't feel like that is true. I also get too, there's an underlying energy of somebody that, even though you do come off like a runner or super independent, you have a shadow side, and your shadow side is either very sexual or comes off a bit reliant on your sexuality. Okay? Like, people can see this. People pick up on this. Like, that you lean into this energy. Like, you know that you're very attractive, or you know that you can get things with this attractiveness, or whether it's a reaction or whatever it is. And I feel like people notice this about you. Like, I'm not saying that they're complaining about it. I'm just getting that people notice that you put this on or you push this out there. Because there's also a part of you that doesn't go any deeper. Okay? Even if you are very deep. But for some of you, I get the vibe where it's like, it's not that you aren't as deep as you are. Because I do feel like you are very deep. But some of you guys don't realize that you actually are a bit unavailable. Okay? It's because, like, I'm getting that there's a lack of confidence. There's either a lack of confidence in being liked for your emotions, or a lack of confidence in your emotions. Because a lot of the time you got this cobra as a spirit animal. You know, when I think about cobras are like actually pretty intimidating animals. And as a spirit animal, it is a sign of protection. So you are somebody that is naturally protected, like, you know, naturally intimidating even. Maybe people see you and they don't even approach you because they're like, there's no way that this person's going to talk to me or like me. Or maybe there's something about you that comes off a bit closed off and people are like, okay, you know, I'm going along with this. But I'm getting that the people around you don't realize how much more control they have over your narrative than you show. Like, the narrative that you spin for people is one that comes from a place of fear. Again, some of you really want to be loved, really want to be accepted. You somewhere inside of you, you don't feel like enough. I'm getting you don't feel like you're enough financially, or just when it comes to like the physical world. Like, Giving to people in a physical sense is something that you feel like you don't have the capacity to do, even if you want to. Okay? The most physical thing that you probably will give is that sexual energy. Because even when it comes to your emotions, it's like you might not share them because you're like, I'm just too deep. You're like, part of you is like, I can't go too deep because if I go too deep, then you're not going to get me. So you don't give them the full extent of your emotions. But then there's also a part of you that's like, but I want you to love me deeply. I want you to love me all the way through. But I also manipulate the situation somehow. Some of you guys are a bit manipulative. I also manipulate the situation somehow so that you stay. Because you really want people to stay. So again, it's like you go between being very deep and being lighthearted and flirty and very mature and very childlike and witty and things. Because somewhere inside yourself, you may feel like all people value is your looks. But I'm getting the shadow side of you is the part of you that puts that out on Front Street, thinking that's all that you are initially. You may rely really heavily on these looks, for real. Even though you're very smart. I feel like a lot of you that chose this pile really care about how people view you. Like you're hoping that people view you a certain type of way. And again, it's like you might have some air of entitlement to it. Because I do get that you're confident. Like even with the insecurities that you have around people not clinging to you or holding on to you, it's like you're still confident that they want to be with you. But it's like, I guess that's not enough. You know? I feel like a lot of this is the result of the endings that you've experienced in your life. You still carry baggage around these endings because maybe in the past you felt like these people didn't see your value, or you gave a lot of yourself and you never felt like it was enough. Some of you also play cold again. Like I'm getting that you are very emotional, but you come off a little bit colder than you normally would be or that you naturally are. Because you want people to feel like there's more to you to learn. Something like that. But I feel like deep down you struggle with believing that you are going to receive the love that you want or that somebody is going to appreciate you for who you are. Because again, a lot of times people don't even have the opportunity to fully see you. I also get people don't trust you, pile 4. It's a lot of people that don't trust you. And I'm not sure why, you know? Well, I guess I do get it. I think that they pick up on the fact that you're hiding parts of yourself. Yeah. For them. That's the thing. Some of them don't know it's for them. You're hiding parts of yourself for these people. You want them to like you more. Yeah. Some of y'all don't even want to be liked. Some of y'all are in it for the lusty parts. Like, you just want to be validated, if anything. You know, some of the connections that you build with people, you just want them to affirm, like reaffirm, like, I'm attractive, right? Yeah. Like, they're like, yeah, you're attractive. And the sad part about it is, again, it's like you may meet people and tell them, like, I'm actually very loving or very kind or very deep. And they wait for that. They want to see it. They want to see that part of you. They want to get to know that part of you. They may get to know some parts of you, but it's like never all the way. Never all the way. Because I feel like if people get to know you all the way, it would go too far down a rabbit hole that you are avoiding going down. It's like if we start to dissect you, we'd start to pick up on the things that you actually aren't confident about. And the only reason why you're afraid of not being seen as confident is because you're portraying yourself as more confident than you actually are. Like, there is a natural confidence to you, but for some of you guys, it has more so to do with the persona that you put on or the perception that other people have of you. Again, because you rely so heavily on this sexual energy. People viewing you as sexually attractive, or that's what you're hoping for. Like, the hope is that they view you as physically attractive, but deep down you really want somebody to like you for your emotions. I feel like you're emotional. Like, you focus way more on your emotions than other people do. Other people don't feel like you have emotions at all. Other people don't feel like you have emotions at all. Other people don't feel like you put any emphasis or energy into emotional things. Some of these people feel like you're still healing from some sort of deception you've experienced in the past. And like, you're not ready for whatever it is you want. But I feel like it's a very conflicting energy in this pile, because I feel like a lot of you want to be loved, want to be accepted, but also have issues with, like, you separate yourself because you feel like other people don't want to be with you. Sorry, you guys, there was a bunch of noise all of a sudden. Yeah, but I can't remember what I was saying. I want to say that some of you guys are wanting to be in a relationship or wanting to aim for some sort of like connection. You're looking for connections with people, but there's also a part of you that doesn't believe that you're going to have that in the future, or you just don't know if that's something that you'll be able to aim for. And I feel like it's because you put a lot of attention on other people not fitting the bill, when in all actuality, a lot of what it is that needs to be fixed is internal. It's your own self-perception that's a little off. So that is all that I have for now. That's all that I think that you guys need to hear. Oh, advice here would be to open up. Open up more. Be patient with people when it comes to opening up, even within yourself, is what I'm getting. Find a balance between the parts of you that want to be private and the parts of you that want to give more, because I feel like you're going to have to give more to receive more. Pile 4. And I feel like a part of you may feel or assume that other people can't handle this, but if you temper yourself, right? If you don't hop straight into something, because I am getting that some of you guys are struggling with this, again, like insecurities or codependency, or, this fear of not fully getting the stability that you need. You do this in and out thing, or you take the lead on people that, again, aren't offering anything stable, because you assume that these are the people that, like, this is all you can get. Some of you settle is what I'm getting. Some of you definitely settle in this pile. But you don't have to. You don't have to. All you have to do is meet people that you view as being worthy to get to know, right? Worthy to learn or to experience your energy, and then take your time with giving and receiving. Give and receive with these people, and you'll see some sort of change in the dynamics that you experience. But take your time. Like, don't rush it. Don't rush it. Don't rush it. And don't seek approval. Like, don't be in the energy of trying to see whether these people like you physically or something like this. Like, don't look for what they like. You know what I'm saying? There's something about your energy where I feel like you're looking for people to like you a certain type of way, when all you really need to do is be yourself. Okay? So that is all that I have for my pile fours. Thank you so much for watching, listening. If you enjoyed this reading, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading with me. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. And I don't know if I said the thing about channel songs, but channel songs are down below as well. This is all that I have. Talk to you guys later.